Okay, so in this video I want to talk about Kaido and my speculation for his backstory and all this kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, with Kaido. This that we know about Kaido is that he was a member with the Rocks Pirates before he was a leader of the Beast Pirate. The Rocks Pirate was Kaido, Big Mom, Golden Lion, Shaki, John, John the Silver Axe, and some two other members. I don't know. Remember this one? I think one Chinese pirate was a member in that pirate crew of the Rocks Pirate, and then we have Rocktis the Back, that was leader over that crew. And obviously we have Big Mom and Whitebeard there too on that crew. So lots of famous name was on the ship. Almost every big name besides Goldie Roger, but almost all of the famous pirate name was on that ship. And something happened, they don't get along because everybody wants power for themselves and they fight and the group split up. And then later on, Big Mom be emperor of her kingdom and Kaido his emperor of his kingdom. That is right. And so that is the interesting thing, because Kaido's place right now is in Wano. He controlled Wano because he think he had killed Yamato Orochi, and before that he was working with Yamato Orochi as allies. Like Yamato Orochi get weapon from the world government, to boost their army, the pirate army, and later on then Kaido kill him and so on. And that is everything we know. And the other thing we know is that he have a mythical dragon, devil fruit that called the fish to me, that turn him to a big dragon. But we don't. That is all we know about Kaido. We don't know what he originally come from. Is he from a sky island or is he from the underwater? Where is Kaido originally born? Where is Kaido's original home? Before he come to Wano, before he even joined the Rocks Pirate, and what was before all of this. And this is what we still are missing. This is the part we're still missing with Kaido and this kind of thing. So we have much more information about Big Mom, how she get her devil fruit and how she be emperor and how she find her kingdom and all of this kind of thing. And is much more information about her, about Charlotte Linlin, than about Kaido. And the same for Whitebeard, is much more information. We know that Whitebeard is a big family man that likes to have a big family, and drove around in the sea, and so on. So every emperor in One Piece is different. They have different morals. They have a different way of living. They have a different system of how they want to live and all this kind of thing, and so on. There's like Big Mom want to have all of the races in her kingdom to work together, beside giants, and Whitebeard just want to have a big family. Kaido just wants to start a big war so he can die in that war and end his life, because that is his whole purpose, to get killed. He wants to get killed because he think he don't want to live anymore, because for some reason, and then he wants to start the biggest war in history, because if he start a war, maybe he's gonna find a worthy opponent to die against. So it's very much like a samurai ideology. I think like a samurai, or think like a Rajput. They just want to find a strong opponent, and this kind of thing. So right now, he working with Big Mom to ally with Big Mom because they can then the Big Mom's pirate and the Beast Pirate can work together as one force. And then they want to attack. They want to create a second wave of Rocks Pirate ideology to start a big war against the world government. But obviously, we also have the Revolutionary Army. We also have the Revolutionary Army there. So want to defeat the world government, specifically the Celestial Dragons. No, Celestial Dragons are people from space. Celestial Dragons are people from space that come to control Mother Sword, to defeat the Ancient Kingdom, to rule everything, to actually rule the One Piece world, and all of this kind of thing. So one thing can be that Kaido was a kind of experiment in the laboratory was a slave originally for the world government before he was turned to be emperor and all this kind of thing. That is a possibility. The other thing is that he was just a normal person, and after he eat that devil fruit he gets extreme strong boost of that devil fruit, and that give him way to conquer other people, to dominate. Because his motto of Kaido's motto is to bring in the strongest member he can find to join him, and first he has to fight them. So if he defeat them, they have to join his crew, and so on, and this kind of thing. So he had lots of strong members. For example, his strongest members are King, Queen, Jack, Who's Who, Sasaki, Black Maria, Ulti, Pepe. All of the members are his strongest members he have in his crew right now. So we know about that is his member is in his Beast Pirate crew. And maybe formal member was maybe, for example, Pizarro maybe was a member that was working with Kaido before King or Queen or Jack. But for some way Pizarro was fired from the crew, or Pizarro left the crew and joined the Blackbeard Pirate instead, as a prediction, and this kind of thing. So that can be a possibility, that maybe later on in Wano we're gonna see the Blackbeard Pirate and Pizarro will be with the Blackbeard Pirate to seek revenge against Kaido and his crew. Because right now it's very easy for the Blackbeard Pirate to come to Wano, because they have Sanjan Wolf, and we know that Sanjan Wolf have eating a devil fruit that can make him grow extremely big and extremely small. So he can get as big as up into the sky and to the clouds with his devil fruit. So he's a he's a big guy. He's a tall guy, taller than a giant. So we have that possibility that he's gonna climb up from the mountains on Sanjan's Wolf's back, or they're just gonna destroy the waterfall and just break in that way. So, and because now nothing is guarded, there's no protection right now. Everybody can come into Wano, because Wano is unprotected, because there's a big war right now in Wano. The same thing. Is in the Cake Island. Is no protection there. Only two strong people there to protect it, like against a strong force, is Katakuri and Cracker. That is the only two members of the Charlotte family that is still there to protect the Cake Island with the Big Mom rule. So it's easy for the Blackbeard Pirates to split up. Like if you have Blackbeard, go to Wano with Pizarro, Katarina Devon and Sanjan Wolf, go to Wano, and then you have the other part of the group go to the Cake Island, and then you have, for example, Vasco de Shot, Lafitte, Jesus Burgers, and Jesus Burger and the other one, like Dr. Q. So then you have all of the members, like you can. So for that it's very easy. It's gonna be very easy for the Blackbeard Pirates to take over the Cake Island, because obviously Katakuri is strong. Katakuri have a very Katakuri used his devil fruit very well with like the mochi fruit very well, because he's very trained with that fruit, very good, very trained with that devil fruit. But he cannot defeat Dr. Q, Vasco de Shot, and Lafitte to get all of them together. He will lose. I know that already, because first of all, we don't know even how strong Vasco de Shot is. Maybe Vasco de Shot is so strong that he can just take out Katakuri with one hit, or just in some fight, some minutes. We only know that all of the members that right now is working as the Titanic captains are first in prison in Impel Down 6. That is the most dangerous criminals are put there. The criminals that have done horrific crimes, like extremely horrific crimes, that everybody just wants to forget about because they're so horrific. And we only know that what Vasco de Shot like is to drink and fight. We only know that when he was released, he just say, "Can I just kill all of them and drink some boost?" And that is what Pizarro. He likes to kill. He likes to kill and drink. And he's just extremely aggressive, violent, without remorse, alcoholic fisherman that like to drink a lot of alcohol. And the other one, Katarina Devon, is famous because she is an infamous female serial killer that killed virgins and then transformed to them because of her nine-tailed fox devil fruit, and then go to their husband to disguise as them, but after she have killed them, and then transformed back to really break down their husband's psyche. So that they are very interesting bunch of people, the Blackbeard pirates. They are horrific people, but they are interesting, and that makes. I know I say this hundreds of billions times right now. That makes One Piece so interesting, because they really work with really strict, strange people. They have people like, you have all the people, like for example, people like Jinbei. You have people like Viper in Sky Island. You have people like Kaido. You have people like Queen and King and Jack and Katarina Devon. You have so many different personality, and that is the reason why One Piece is probably the best, probably the best manga in all of history, and it probably will always be one of the best manga in all of history, in eternal history. Because of this, because you cannot say after you read like 12 of 60 books of One Piece that you don't like anything about One Piece. Like there is so many things. Like they talk about political stuff, they talk about everything. So it's a super good manga to read. If you like manga and you want to read a really adventureful, interesting story, One Piece I strongly recommend One Piece if you like this kind of thing, because you have so many things. It's like Lord of the Ring on steroid. Is One Piece. One Piece is have as much as Lord of the Ring have as a big world. You can compare Tolkien's world with the One Piece world, like in the size, how big the world is. How they have different guard, they have different political system. They have underwater, they have Sky Island, they have desert, they have Ice Island, they have Fire Islands. There's been so many things in One Piece, like so many things. I don't. If it's like, then you probably will have space in the future. Then you're gonna go to space with different space island. So I don't know how they're gonna even have the time for all of this in One Piece with all of this kind of thing. I don't even know that. But anyways, they have so many things in One Piece, and obviously and next week we're gonna continuation with the chapter 1020, and then I really hope they're gonna give us a start for Kaido's backstory. I start with that. I really want to see the backstory right now. We have waiting so long for that, so I really hope that this is the time that we see Kaido, that the first part of the backstory start on One Piece 1020. I really hope. And then also I really want to see the confirmation of Yamato's mythical devil fruit. Is it a Soen? What is the name of that mythical Soen? Is this a mythical dog? Is it a mythical Tanuki? Is it a Shirian? Yes. What is the name of the mythical devil fruit Yamato have? And this kind of thing. Yeah, that is just what I want to see. But what I most want to see is Kaido's backstory. Absolutely, his backstory. I really hope that they give us something very interesting right now, because we have waiting a whole week because of these stupid Olympic Games. So yeah, I know people maybe get angry, but I don't care. I don't like the Olympic Games. They are extremely boring. It's no point with them. So give us One Piece instead. It's much more interesting to read One Piece and to watch the stupid Olympic Games. Yeah. And so I really hope that I really don't hope they don't give us some kind of boring fight with Killer and what is the other name of that guy? Oh, I really think that guy is so boring. It's a horrific boring guy. Hawking, the guy with the card. I really hope that we don't have to see that after we waited a whole week. That we see that fight. I really hope that they don't give us this. I will accept the fight if we first of all see Kaido's backstory, and then before that we see the name of Yamato's mythical devil fruit. Then you can show this Basil Hawkins fight with Killer. But this is probably the absolute worst characters in One Piece. Absolutely, Basiline Hawkins, probably the most boring character exists. I don't know why. Every time I see this guy, I get so tired and bored about this. It's just so boring character. I really hope that we don't have to see this character after this break. I really hope. It's so boring. Yeah, and also it should be very nice to see a continuation of the fight between Marco and King, and see if Zoro will fight against Sparrow or somebody else. I don't know, but yeah, it's just nice to see. Just to be fine to read the next chapter, really, because it's nice, it's interesting, and because especially right now when One Piece was ended on a cliffhanger as a break, and now it's very interesting because it's so much thing we want to know because of the chapter 1019 when they show Yamato's that Yamato have a mythical devil fruit, but they don't give him any name for that devil fruit. We only know there's a mythical devil fruit. We don't know what kind of mythical devil fruit. And then we obviously see it's lots of also that fight when the fight with Sasaki, then Frankie fights against Sasaki. So probably next chapter will be a part of continuation with the fight with Kaido and Yamato, and then you see Black Maria's fight in chapter 20. The only thing that is interesting with that is probably to see Nico Robin's armament hockey, if she can use armament hockey to confuse her arms with armor. That is probably the most interesting thing to wait for. Beside that, I really just want to see Kaido's backstory. I just really want to see it. That is probably everything I really want to see right now about him, where he come from, how he get his hands on, how Big Mom get her hand on that devil fruit and give it to Kaido. Was it at the same time when they was in the Rocks Pirate? Was it after the Rocks Pirates? Big Mom gave Kaido that mythical devil fruit. And it's interesting what was behind that. Why do Big Mom just so easily give Kaido that devil fruit when she can just give it that mythical devil fruit to one of her children instead? And one thing can be that is just my speculation is that Big Mom, that Kaido give something to Big Mom, maybe a part of his soul to Big Mom for some strange reason, and that is the only way that Big Mom give give that mythical fruit to him, because if we do something against Big Mom, try to attack Big Mom, then maybe she can take away the part of his soul and weaken Kaido and so on. But we know that Kaido wants to die, so I don't know. It's a bit strange. It's a bit strange that just Big Mom just give Kaido that mythical devil fruit, and then just to save it for herself, and then just give it to one of her children to get that strength instead. I don't know why exactly. It's just very weird that she just give that fruit away. But it can be absolutely something about the soul that Big Mom have, that Kaido gives something as part of his soul or something with his soul to Big Mom, and Big Mom used that in some way that works very well for her, and that was the trade-off to get Kaido the mythical fish fruit. I don't know. I really don't know. We only know that Kaido have that there was 3 mythical Zoans on Wano. Is Kaido, his dragon form. We have Yamato. We have Yamato Orochi. That is the 3 mythical fruits we have in Wano. That is, obviously then we have Marco. So it's 4 mythical characters there, mythical Zoans in Wano. So it's a very cool arc. Probably Zoan Devil Fruit, and specifically mythical Zoans, are my favorite Devil Fruits. All of the Devil Fruits, so obviously I really like that. And the second place of my favorite Devil Fruits have to be Paramecias, because Paramecia are more interesting than Logia. For Paramecia can transform you to a gummy, to a whipped cream, to a chocolate, to a candy, to a bladed sword, or a grenade, or a flamethrower, or everything that is not elementally powers. So for me personally, mythical Zoans is my favorite Devil Fruits of all of the Devil Fruits, but after that is Paramecias. It's my favorite Devil Fruits. And this kind of thing. So yeah, I just hope for Kaido's backstory to start on the next chapter. That is just what I hope for. And the name of Yamato's mythical Zoan Devil Fruit, because see what happened. And because obviously I probably have to say that is my personal opinion right now. I probably have to say this is probably one of my favorite arcs in One Piece so far, and my favorite arcs is the Skypiea arcs, the arc with when they are in the desert is nice, and the Trom Island. I know that many people hate Trom Island. But it's have very good story with Chopper. And it's a very nice story with Chopper, and how Chopper tried to help his doctor friend, and instead give him the wrong medicine, and then later on the doctor, instead of dying of poison, doctor commits suicide to explode himself with dynamite. It's a dark part of the story. Absolutely, with Chopper, it's very emotional, but it's very good and interesting. And I think Chopper is a very interesting character, because Chopper tried to do his best to help people, even if the people are not friends to his crew. He tried to help them. He is not a rude person. So it's very cool to see that backstory with Chopper. Chopper probably have the best backstory in One Piece so far. Chopper, then we probably have the Fargar Law. It probably also have a very good backstory. His whole city, his town, and his family was because there was poison there, and the world government do nothing against it. Lots of people from other places come there, and there was a big war, and then they committed a genocide on his people. So it's very much of dark part in One Piece. Lots of dark part, like so and so on. So it's going really interesting to see that the time era of the Rocks Pirate, how it was then, how the big, really to see the big war between Goldie Roger and Carp against Rock Beck, and obviously before that you have the Golden Armada with Golden Shaki. To really see that battle, it's gonna be extremely interesting in detail to explain really how the battle was, like a big armada of ships. So it's lots of things I think to look forward in the One Piece world for right now, because it's not gonna slow down anytime soon. It's just gonna be more and more interesting, like really more higher interesting, and and so on. So I really look forward to the next chapter, and I really hope that we start with Kaido's backstory and all of this kind of thing. That is everything I really want to say about One Piece right now, and we just hope for the best for the chapter that comes. Okay, bye.